Good evening and welcome to the Man United Agenda. It's Monday. I hope you guys are cool now and more relaxed. And we're going to talk about the game and all things Man United. Okay, here we go, guys. Just want to say hi. Before I say hi to the beautiful panel, I want to say hi to SHAH. He's saying, well done. Let's go, United, Man United Agenda family. We won the second half, technically. All right, we get on to that. We got a blue heart from Bobby K. I don't know if that's a disrespect. Matthew Bassett here as well. Evening, all he says. Big up to everyone in the show and in the chat. And also, we've got our main man, Bath Time with Vaughan. He said, oh my God, we're starting on time like grown-ups. And you know why, because Errol's not here. Anyway, Mr. B, I haven't spoken to you much since the game. All I heard was grunts and groans when we did sort of cross paths. But we're going to go into more detail without grunting and groaning. How are you feeling?
Bro, I'm good, man. I was good yesterday. I'll be honest. I was good yesterday. People have lost their bloody minds, Omundi. We've got to remember where we are in our he calls it process. I don't want to sound like the Gooners.
Process.
We're right at the beginning of our journey. We've improved, yes. We were never going to beat Man City, and all right, we did get beat. I understand that regard, but the bigger picture for me is that we've already beaten Arsenal. We've already beaten Liverpool. Liverpool took 9 goals off us last season. They gave us 9 of them last season. So we've moved forward, we've progressed. Right now, Man City and Holland are on a level that I don't think the Premiership's going to see or has seen. They had the whole team complete, and now they've got bloody, the best of. Listen, let's be honest. He's gonna be an absolute legend. His scoring record at the moment is going to be it's frightening. And I can only see him improving. So we got beaten by the best team in Europe, and they'll probably chew that by winning the Champions League. So no, if we lose to Everton, then I lose my mind. But no, fine. How about you, Pat?
Before I go on to Pat, question for you, just to add. Did Mr. B? How did you get on Sunday? Your Saturday team?
I played in goal, and I'm 5'5". So what do you think happened?
Okay, so what was the score?
It was 3-1. I made a couple of good saves. The low saves I made, man, but them ones that are up there, I'm not getting up there, man. But
okay, we come on to that. We'll come on to that. But like we said, over to Pat. Pat, same thing. You weren't really grunting. You always seem to be cool and calm, collected. But 24 hours after your result, how are you feeling? We're going to go into the game, but are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, lads. Like Erling Haaland, how many hat-tricks has he got in the last 3 home games or something? Has he got 3 hat-tricks? Something ridiculous like that. Good, yeah. So look, and Man City got 2 hat-tricks against us as well. Not forget that as well. We were outclassed on the day, so I can't wait to delve into it. And a few other things.
Okay. Guys, I hope you're feeling all right in the chat. We're going to just go in now. First thing to talk about is performance and the result. And it's going to lead on to other things as well, because there's been a few statements made by key men around Manchester United, our manager included. So the performance and the result, we're going to combine the two. Obviously, we know we lost 6-3, but the second half we won, as SHAH mentioned earlier. So we did show maybe some fight to come back into the game, or maybe they just turned it down a little bit on us. I'm not sure, but overall, I will just quickly start. I would have liked to go out there, knowing we're coming against a good team, to sort of be conservative and stop them creating any chances early on, and maybe get to half an hour, 40 minutes without being like keeping it tight, 0-0. That's what you would have asked for, but obviously it didn't turn out that way. I'm going to start with you, Mr. P. The performance and the result, combine the two, and what did you see out there?
The performance was absolute trash. But I think Ten Hag probably thought we were at a better stage or a more advanced stage than we actually are. I'm not going to say he got it wrong, but obviously he gave the players instruction. Obviously, we'll go on to what he said about that a little bit later. But the result was always the amount of goals they scored wasn't what I expected. The result, yes, to a certain extent, is what I expected. The performance, you can't even say bar. The only person you look at and say, okay, was Martial, and that's probably because he came on and scored the 2 goals. Everybody else, Rashford, De Gea, did he actually make a save? I think he made 1 save yesterday. It was just, without going into look, we'll just leave it as just, because I know we've got a headline and we've got a marker that'll bring everything else into place. But the performance and result wasn't what I was expecting. Performance, result, yes. Performance, no. I thought we would have been more at it, should I say.
So listen, I watched Troy Deeney on Sky Sports before, right? And what he said, and what he used to always do against Arsenal, for example, was in the big games, when he knew they were out of their levels, what he used to do was, as soon as that ball was kicked off, that forced challenge he got to do on an Arsenal player, he used to put them into the stands as best he could. And that's what Man City done to us at the very start of the game. They didn't get stuck into us. They didn't get stuck into us physically. They just came out of blocks into our faces like a blanket around our back 6, if you want to call it, back 7, including De Gea. And they didn't give us a chance. They were all over us. If you go back and watch the goals, I think it was the 1st, the 4th, and the 5th. It was pretty much the same play. They played, right? And I don't mean this in a bad way, right? It was the same play, but the quality, we just couldn't handle the quality. The first goal, Foden picks up the ball in front of airbag 6, 7, whatever you want to call it. He gives it out to Gundogan. Gundogan gives it Cancelo. Cancelo out to Bernardo. And all of a sudden, Foden has the ball back in the middle of the box again and he scores. And I'm going, okay, they've gone full circle in front of our goal. The 4th goal was the same. I think someone found Kevin De Bruyne. The ball went out to Haaland. Haaland kicks it back into Foden. And we had 5 or 6 players standing around Foden once again. And then
I think the 5th,
and he still scored. And then the 5th goal, De Bruyne picks it up, out to Gomez. Gomez puts it into the box. 6 or 7 players standing around Haaland again. And I'm going, okay, look, I know this fella is a 6'4" giant, made out of the same mold as Ruud van Nistelrooy. But my God, the basics weren't even there. We weren't shown for the ball. We didn't have the bottle or the belief. We lacked. Like, I think it was the 2nd goal. It was only Martinez who had the bottle to go up against Haaland for the challenge for the header. No one else did. Like, Martinez is probably up to Haaland's knee. You know, he probably put Haaland's socks up like that with his hands over his head. And he was the only one to have the bottle to get up. But look, we were outclassed. Absolutely outclassed. You know,
just guys, I want to ask you both quickly because we're talking about the performance and the result. So I'm less disappointed than I was against the 4-0 against Brentford.
Me too.
There's 2 whoopings, but one whooping is didn't really tan my ass that badly. Do you agree?
I like that analogy. Yes.
The Irish say tan my ass as well, don't they? It's a Jamaican Irish thing. But do you see what I mean? Do you want to add to that, guys, about the Brentford result, losing 4-0 like that, going down like that?
The thing is, you know what it was with the Brentford? That's that game that we expected to win. We didn't expect, after what we did in pre-season, you know, we came in there thinking that, you know, we were not saying we were unbeatable, but we didn't expect to see that. Against Man City, I did. And that's why it's not, I'm pissed we lost. And, you know, you get all the banter, but everybody's going to take a fashion from Man City this season. I think everybody's going to take some sort of licks from Man City. We got ours early. Now we move on. We don't have to see them again. As I said, we've already taken points off Liverpool, taken points off Arsenal. So the next game is that, and I'll say, oh, forget this game. Not even Omni or on Thursday. I'm talking about Everton on Sunday night.
Okay. How do you compare the Brentford whooping? Because I remember we were really frustrated. We really heard a lot of grunting and groaning from Mr. B that day, but not so much against Man City. What do you think that's about, Pat?
To be honest with you, lads, the Brentford game didn't bother me that much, right? In comparisons to the whooping we got from Liverpool last year, hurt the most because we were a joke for the 90 minutes, an absolute joke, right? How bad we were. And then the City game, we were so bad against them, we just gave up, and that really hurt. But at this game, we didn't give up there yesterday, and we were still trying in the first half. We were just outclassed, and I'm not annoyed. I'm upset because we went up against a team that have gelled in time and are now improving and improving and improving, and even they had a makeshift back four, and now they've put probably nearly the final piece of the jigsaw with Haaland up front, and you're just going, yeah, this is the way it's going to be now. Now I know everyone else felt how we were in the 90s.
Just to go through a few comments to get a feeling here. Bath time saying, if only Keane had gone for the bollocks instead of the knee, we wouldn't have this problem right now. I've heard that joke on the net today. Funny. MUFC say still recovering from yesterday. HG Gamers saying Erland Robotland, meaning he's a machine. Stuart Marshall saying he's struggling today, being a right miserable B. HG Gamers saying he turned off at half time. Yeah, 4-0 down at half time. It's a different second half. Bill Badger saying the referee was a PRITK. That yellow was early for Dalot. It was really, wasn't it? Bargav saying the tactics were trash to begin with. You all deserve to get murdered. Sorry, it's okay. Gage the Gamer saying Henson turned into Randy Orton again, 3-0 down. Bargav saying Haaland got made into a legend for no reason. And Bargav saying, come on, Man City is not that good, so losing to him is not a good thing. I want to say hi to Carl Cavalier. I used to have a Vauxhall Cavalier. Is a good runner. And how are you, Carl? Welcome to the channel.
I was going to say, I don't recognize that name, but if you are new, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, bro. Just stop us getting in trouble by the management.
And stick around.
He's on our side. He's on our side. He's saying Man City are a monster team. They need to see Casemiro more in the team. Yeah, we agree. Kind of. And Bruno's attitude did stink. And the players lack self-belief. And finally, Bill Badger saying, excuse, it's City. We shouldn't be losing by so many goals, even if they did have Ivan Drago. He dies, yeah, as you say. So big up, guys. Let's come on to the next subject here. Keep the questions coming in. Keep the comments coming in, guys. Let's talk about Casemiro, because Carl just mentioned that. Casemiro and Ronaldo on the bench. We're going to come with some quotes as to why the manager felt that Ronaldo didn't come on. And Casemiro as well. But what do you think, without referring to the manager's quotes, what did you think about it before the game? And do you think they could have made any difference? So start with you, Pat.
It's so hard to think. Ronaldo, no, he wouldn't have made any of a difference in that first half. Casemiro, yes, he would have made a massive difference. If it had been like in 5 matches time and Casemiro was starting that game, he would have made a massive difference. But unfortunately, he's not in the position that he's going to be in 5 matches time, and he's not in the starting lineup because McTominay's form has been well since he's arrived, which has shocked us all, to be honest. And McTominay deserved to be in the team. Would Casemiro have made a massive difference? Yeah, I think it would have been a big difference if Casemiro had a start beside McTominay. It would have been a big difference.
Mr. B, do you agree? Because Eriksen's been playing really well. The two of them, McTominay and Eriksen, being a great partnership. But do you think there's any sort of argument for Casemiro maybe starting? What Pat's saying there could have made a difference?
You know my opinion from the day that we signed him. I don't care how good McTominay is. He's reached his ceiling. Casemiro's ceiling is a lot taller. It's like my head top and your head top on Monday. There's so much difference of growth. Yeah, you've already reached there, and this is where Casemiro is. So would you have made a difference in the game? Probably not. But to have, I don't see McTominay anywhere near. I don't care that he's played well. I don't care that, he's done, since I've said, Ten Hag said in his press conference that since he bought Casemiro, what's his name, stepped up. But there's levels to this game. And I'm not having McTominay at a Casemiro in any game that we need to win. I said it already. Technical games, McTominay is shit. Put him up against the Burnleys, and the up and at and Nottingham Forest maybe, where he can run around. Give him against somebody technical. He's done. He's done out there. So I would have had Casemiro playing. I would have had Casemiro playing from 2 games after we bought him, to really be honest. The
60 million pounds.
Yeah, I'll take him. The Cristiano Ronaldo situation, on the other hand, Cristiano Ronaldo pissed off the whole club during the summer for whatever reason. He wasn't there for pre-season. That's where you learn about your manager. He wasn't there. Ten Hag owes Cristiano Ronaldo nothing.
Okay.
So, as much as I would have rather if Cristiano Ronaldo had been to pre-season training and done all, then fine. But I think there's players ahead of him, and I do believe in January he's gone.
Okay, yeah. So you make a good point that Cristiano Ronaldo didn't want to be there. There were clubs available for him, but fellow Irishman, the club legend Roy Keane, he's got some comments here. He said we should have started Ronaldo. He did not come back to Man United to sit on the bench in a derby game. Quote. Think about that one, guys. Man United has shown him disrespect. Should have let him go before the transfer window. You don't hold on to Ronaldo and sit him on the bench. And he had options. The manager said he kept him on. So this is why he was saying about staying at the club. He said he had options, but he doesn't use him. He's still not using him. So what do you think about that? Roy Keane backing his man and saying it's Ronaldo. And he also mentioned last season, Ronaldo was the top goal scorer. But when they questioned him about it and said, well, other players didn't score. It's all about him. He said, well, the other players need to step up then. He's quite adamant that Ronaldo should have started yesterday. And he should be because of who he is. Pat, I'm going to come to you, fellow Irishman. What do you agree with your man, Cork?
The only thing about Roy Keane to us talking about is that he knows a lot more what's going on around the background than we do, all right? And look, Ronaldo wanting to leave in the summer, there could have been reasons for that last year that we don't know of. We'll never know of. We'll probably find out when he writes a book when he gets a bit older. But look, let's think about it now, right? We got absolutely slaughtered by Man City. The 3 goals I spoke about, the first, the fourth, and the fifth, with 6 players standing around 2 players at times. Like, Cristiano Ronaldo was not going to make a difference to them goals going in. We got bullied because we were afraid of a monster. And it's not just Haaland as the monster. Man City team is the monster at the moment. But, like, we didn't even get over first half for the first 30 minutes is what it felt like. Like, what was Ronaldo going to do? Come back and head the ball out? Do you know what I mean? I can make a case for Casemiro, but not Ronaldo. I love Roy Keane.
Okay. Got a comment here from Bartholomew. He said, I love Roy Keane, but you know he will always pick loyalty over logic, which is admirable unless you're a pundit. Mr. B, do you want to just comment on Roy Keane? Because you said they should have sold him. Roy Keane saying that you don't leave him here to sit on the bench. What are your thoughts about this? Because it's sort of like undermining the manager maybe, or do you think he's got a point?
He does have a point in regards to selling him, but nobody wanted to buy him. Let's not get it twisted.
Sorry, Mr. B. I have to interrupt you there. He's saying, like Pat was saying, he's inside source. He's saying there were clubs willing to take him.
Okay, but so were they willing to
keep him on the bench? That's the point.
Were they willing to pay what Manchester United thought he was worth?
I don't know the details, but apparently,
look,
plus he's 400, plus he's 500 grand a week.
Yeah, Mr. B.
If Ronaldo wanted to go, he would have taken a fucking pay cut. Yeah, he didn't want to take a pay cut, so he stayed, and now he's gonna feel it. Because I'll be honest, he's fair choice. As much as it burns me, Ten Hag is all about the team. You hear what he talks about, what he says in the press conferences, the lack of blah blah blah. It's team. That's why he didn't take McTominay out. Because he didn't want to mess with the equilibrium of the team and everybody being happy that they were winning, blah, blah, blah. Now they've lost. Guaranteed, bruv. McTominay ain't starting the next game.
Yeah.
Or Eriksen.
So, like one of them teams that could have...
Sorry. What are you talking about, Eriksen, bruv? What do you mean,
well, he plays in that midfield too, doesn't he? So one of them is maybe going to get dropped for Casemiro.
Right. And it's going to be McTominay. So you're saying to drop Eriksen.
I'm not saying it. I'm just suggesting it because there's 2 players there.
I don't think he'll be dropping. He'll be rotating.
Okay. Rotating what? No. If you don't
both players out, he's going to have to give Fred a chance as well.
No, he doesn't. He's not solo. He's not solo. He doesn't have to give him no chance. These players have had chances. Listen, do you think it's a coincidence that Fred comes on the last 7 or 8 minutes of every single game?
No, that's the kind of player I think he is for Manchester United.
Right. And Ten Hag has now realised that. So Fred's starting a game, unless it's against, I don't know, somebody really, really trash. I don't think he's going to be. He might start against Omnia on Thursday.
I like where Eric Ten Hag's done.
But a game that means something. These players aren't getting.
Guys, time's ticking. We're going to go to words from Bruno. I'm going to read them out for you guys. So we've got them here on the screen. Thank you, TalkMU. So this is from Bruno Fernandes. There's been a lot of criticism about him, saying he moans too much, and he's up against Kevin De Bruyne, and he was sort of outshone yesterday. But here's the quote. He said, obviously, we're down on the result, meaning we're all down on our faces. So we had to take some risks. And obviously, when you take that risk and you score straight away, you try to go a little bit more attacking and you concede more goals. Against teams like City, you can't give that much space to them. This is from our boy Bruno Fernandes. Man United will look to bounce back quickly when they face ammonia, like it's ill, in the Europa League this week before travelling to Everton on Sunday. We are really disappointed, but now is the time to focus on the next game and understand that we have to get back in the performances we did before, which was 5 in a row, in the belief and everything, in the togetherness, the principle, and understand that this cannot get us down, Fernandes added. It has to make us improve for the future. So there's some positive words there from the sort of vice captain, sort of captain's words, don't you reckon? What do you think about Bruno, Pat? I'm going to come to you first. Bruno, what do you think about these comments and what do you think about his performance?
He needs to shut his mouth after we lose a game, to be honest with you, because him, Sancho, and Anthony needed to put in an extra shift in that first half, and he didn't. So coming out with nice words afterwards, it's like Maguire last year. It just annoys me, to be honest with you. I've no room for sentiment for that crap after we lose a game, you know.
Mr. B, his performance and the quotes there. Are you impressed?
His performance was as good as everybody else. I'm glad he didn't tweet those comments. I'll be honest, and they weren't on Instagram. I'm going to assume somebody asked him a question, and he answered it. He needs to talk because he's up until something does actually need to be said. So him saying or talk, no problem. Somebody has to come out and say it. I mean, he's talking about the next game and the next game. If we win the next game, it's all forgotten. No, probably not quite forgotten. Maybe that's a bit too harsh. Hey, she calls me Cookie Me. Oh, Paddy.
You've lost track of thought. Train of thought. Yeah. Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah. You know it's gone. So you can see you've known me long enough to know when my eyes go, then I've lost my brain. Yeah, Bruno. I see Bruno as a club captain now. I do. He's always going to have to say something. This is what captains do. He was crap on the pitch, and he does sulk and he does mope around. But I would rather him being the captain than Maguire. I don't see anybody else who could be captain in our team at the moment. Maybe in time it could be Martinez, but for this season, I think Bruno's the best option that we've got. So, but that's as long as it's not being tweeted, as long as it's not being tweeted and put on Instagram, I have no problem with his quotes and what he's saying.
All right. Can we? Because I want to go into the comments because a lot of comments about Bruno. Pat, over to you. What do you think about this?
Bruno doesn't believe his own words. He's saying what he thinks we want to hear. It's boring. Yeah, exactly what I just think.
Okay, so just touch on these comments then. I wouldn't listen to anything Bruno says about the risk. He jumped out of a plane with no parachute if it might get him an assist. So there you go. That's from Bath Time. Paddy's saying never a captain doesn't have it. It's the it factor.
What? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So I know I don't know. Paddy. Who do you want to be captain of Manchester United if you don't want it to be Bruno? Please, I just want to see a name.
No, I know where Paddy's coming from, and I'd be of a similar opinion. It's not that I don't mind Bruno being the captain. It's just that we need a better captain. That's what I think.
Okay. We're going to go through the comments again and saying...
who have we got? Who have we got?
No, we don't.
Who could be a better
We don't. That's
captain?
the problem. That's the
Let the
problem. I'm
guys
saying this.
we come on. Let's finish with Bruno first, because it's getting
Go on.
chaotic in here, guys. I thought we were calm. Order. Box is saying every shot goes through De Gea. His reactions have slowed. He set unbelievable standards at Man United, but the noticeable decline is alarming. So that's just something different, but something we can talk about as well. Iqbal to start on Thursday, says HG Gamer. Stuart Marshall, and here we go. He says, give the armband to Martinez. Getting sick of Bruno whinging all the time. Constantly, he's saying. Box is saying Bruno and Sancho on thin ice, but relatively new. De Gea and Sancho and Rashford need to be sold. So there you go. We're going to come on to the final. Yep, you heard it. You heard it here first. Now, the manager has spoken. Okay, so forget about what Bruno's saying, because we all can have a whinge about that. But I respect the manager, and here's what he has to say. So obviously he was grilled by the British public. I noticed he's gritting his teeth when he's taking these questions. They're really annoying, aren't they? He's not really used to that. So let's hear what Erik ten Hag had to say. He said United were thrashed 6-3 at Manchester City in an embarrassing performance at the Etihad. With the home side 4 goals up at half-time as Ten Hag's team collapsed under pressure. Haaland and Foden scored a hat-trick each for the Premiership champions, which emphasised the gulf between Man United and their cross-town neighbours. 2 late goals added a semblance of respect to the scoreline, but this was a humbling result for Ten Hag and his team following a 4-game winning run in the Premiership, make that 5 with the Europa League as well. It's the second time in just 7 games this season that United have conceded 4 goals in the first half of a fixture. Wow. And the Telegraph reporting that the Dutchman has called for the inquest. Ten Hag is understood to have been encouraged his players and staff to rip into each other in an open door as he looks for honest assessment of his side's performance. So obviously after the game, like before we were outrun by Brentford, he sent them on a run. This time again, he's asked them to be critical and rip into each other. As a team and individuals, we criticize each other on Monday, meaning the next day, and then we learn from the lessons, and we have to do better starting the next game. I think it's a good that a team like City gives you a status where you are in this moment. The Dutchman added, it's clear we did well against top teams like Liverpool and Arsenal when we were disciplined and we followed rules and principles. We had belief is a key word here, to play, and we were on the front foot defending. So just that last paragraph there, he did emphasize that afterwards in his post-match interview, where he was talking about what they were asking why he lost, and he said the lack of belief. And when pushed on that, he said, well, we need to be on the front foot. We need to have that belief when we got the ball and to follow through what we're doing. And so he's trying to say that the rules and the principles weren't there from the players, if we can sort of summarize that. So over to you. What do you think about the boss, what he had to say there about belief and being on the front foot and having that sort of belief in each other to sort of play against City? Start with you, Mr. B. If you can unmute, let's go. The manager.
I've completely forgotten the question on Monday. Oh my God.
I get it. So the belief, right? The belief aspect is, I don't think it's in one another. I think it's in themselves. I think they were afraid before that game kicked off. That's all I can say. They didn't have faith in themselves. Why other would we have 5 or 6 players standing around one person when the ball gets crossed in and that one person managed to get to the ball? You heard Erik ten Hag say it a couple of times. They were giving away easy balls, making silly passes to the likes of Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford. That's nerves in my eyes. So that's all I can put that down to.
I know he said belief. Do you think he meant belief in their own ability that they were capable of winning the game, or belief in the tactics that he had put them out in?
Unfortunately, we're not journalists. You are answering the question. You are in the hot seat, Mr. B. So I'm asking you, what do you think?
Well, I was asking you first because
belief is a mentality. Belief is a mentality, and they didn't show that.
Okay, so they lost the game before they went out on the pitch.
Yeah.
Can I just say quickly, just to add to that, I think sometimes, like, we've all played the game, but sometimes when you see your opponents warming up and you see, oh my God, they look on it, they look serious, they look at the size of his legs, look how big he is, look at, oh my God, we're in trouble. And suddenly, as a team, you can be deflated by what you see. And maybe because City is so good, You're in their stadium. You've seen Haaland. My gosh, look at the size of him. If you've seen him for the first time, and you maybe don't have that belief. And I believe the manager's statement, because the first goal we conceded, Sancho we were on. It was like we'd broken the lines. We were counter pressing them. Bruno would make a gut wrenching run to get forward because we were on to score.
Made a wrong pass.
Yeah, and Sancho messed up and ran into the player. Miscontrolled the ball. Maybe that's what he means by didn't have the belief. And we were on. Trust me, we were on to score goal or get on shot on target. You know, their defense all over the place because we pinched the ball off them. But like, not now. But that's what I mean about belief. That broke my heart because I think suddenly they went and scored. So if you had the belief in your games, like, yeah, I'm going to get this and I'm going to pop it off, then it could have happened and we could have gone 1-0 up and it could have been a different game. But belief in the dictionary means acceptance something is true without evidence. So I believe in the manager, and I just think he has got a good point. So over to you, Mr. B. Now that you're ready to start.
I can't believe. I mean, I get your point about, you know, when you see these players warming up, but kick him. Get close enough to do something other than watch them pass the ball around you. Do you know what I mean? I'm a bit of an ignorant footballer. So the bigger they are, I look at it as the harder they fall. So I will always try and chop them. I will always try. But there just doesn't seem to be, or they didn't seem to be in this specific game. And that's what I think he emphasized. If you listen to when you listen to his press conference again, or you guys in the chat, he says belief so much times. Every other sentence is belief. So where can that come from now? Because if we've taken that from Man, we've got to play them again this season. So are they going to go in there with less belief? You know what I mean? There should be a stage where they realize, okay, they might not be on their level. This is what I was saying. Could it have been a Ten Hag thing where he set the team up to maybe go attacking, where maybe we should have sat in for a little bit longer, but then saying that you're inviting them onto you, and then, you know, Man City are just going to pop it around. So I still don't believe. I can't believe that they had a lack of belief before the game. That's all. I don't. They were on a
keyword is belief today, guys.
Yeah,
hashtag belief.
Yeah, well, that's that. I said that's what he said, and every time I listen, that's the one word that he kept on. He kept on. I don't know. I hope it's not a mental thing. And we do have some sort of backbone.
So what annoyed me about the game is, this is the derby. This is one of the biggest games, and the players who are playing out there, it was like they didn't understand how important the derby was to us, or they just didn't have the spine for it. After the first goal went in, fair enough, they scored in the first 5 minutes. It happens in all football games. But the fact that they left 4 in the first half was, in my mind, spineless. I didn't see one individual trying to pull the team together after the first goal to saying, right, lads, come on. I didn't see Anthony pulling back in. I didn't see Sancho coming back. I didn't see Bruno coming back. Anybody screaming at each other. It felt like last year when they only started screaming at each other after a goal went in. Nobody in there is galvanizing the squad, and that's what hurts when you're getting beaten 4-0 in the first half.
Guys, I'm going to come to the comments because there's a lot of chat here. I'm just trying to click them all, the good ones.
Before I forget, before I forget, Bill Baggio, you about Friday? Just quick yes or no in the chat, and then we can go from there. Sorry, Omundi, for cutting you off, bruv.
That's all right, man. So listen, guys, what we also want to talk about is we got a new sponsor. And this is a GMS. You might have seen it from the last show. I'm going to read it out. So Global Mapping Surveys currently assist architects, property developers, and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning, and monitoring. The link is in the description, guys. Make sure you support the GMS. That's Global Mapping Surveys. So anyway, let's go on to the comments now. FC United Forever saying we missed the game, was working, seen 20 minutes so far. Up to that point, we played well apart from conceding. Okay. Okay.
That was like SHAH saying, at least we won the second half.
Oh, God. But seeing the same basic areas, giving possession away by simple mistakes. Pat, you got an endorsement from Paddy here. He said, yes, Pat, you got it. I can't remember what you said, but I'm sure he'd tell you about that. Boxer saying, I'd give Varane the armband. FC United again saying, and against the likes of Man City, so easily punished. Just so true. MBFC saying, leaders don't moan or soak. That's why I don't think Bruno's capable of being a leader. Paddy again here saying some of them aren't quality. As you can see, the bar is set by City. We can't settle for substandard players. Box is saying the way we crumbled was shocking. We melted as soon as it became 2-0. All that character building evaporated. Bartham saying, personally, I think the players were scared of going toe-to-toe with City, which is what Ten Hag kind of did. That was the intention, he's saying. The characters were on the bench, says HD Gamer. Box is saying, I thought Ten Hag might have started to Casemiro and Elanga instead of Eriksen and Sancho and gone more cautious. Bartham said, Bruno ran 5 yards. Omundi, that's not gut-wrenching. I'll prove up my point tomorrow on the eye test bath time. If Elanga had played instead of Anthony, we wouldn't have conceded 6. So Elanga's getting an endorsement.
No, I don't understand. So I don't understand where this smoke is coming from, Anthony. I've seen a couple of things in the chat. I don't get it.
There was an issue with I think Anthony. I heard Anthony had a go at someone and sort of gave up because someone wasn't tracking or pressing the way Anthony wanted to, and he sort of visually gave his hands up like, oh, F this, that sort of thing. But Anthony scored a brilliant goal, by the way. I thought that goal was fantastic. FC United saying Bruno needs his Nestle choppy picks. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's jokes. And finally, MUFC saying Erik Ten Hag knows that the players are too comfortable. That's why he's talking about not giving contracts to undeserving players. It's got to change. I bet Ten Hag has been shocked by the standard at Manchester United. Bartone saying, well, not brilliant, but he stepped up to a good Premiership level. They're arguing about Elanga because that's been thrown in as well. So I want to say hi as well to Marvin Dukes. How you doing, bro? Long-time brethren of mine. He's saying Haaland is an alien class. So he's a Tottenham fan. He's got his licks as well this weekend. But he hasn't come on to mock. He's come on to praise Haaland. He's outstanding. And also I want to say hi to Farah, sorry. He's saying, big up Man United agenda. Thank you. As a Liverpool fan, we are both in the mud this season. Hopefully things will change as quickly.
Listen,
we're public, so
your mud is a lot thicker than ours. Remember that.
All right. So, guys, those are the comments. That's the feeling from everyone here. We're going to leave the final words to you guys. Hi, UK Strange, by the way. How you doing? We're moving on. We've got games this week, Pat, haven't we? Who we got Thursday night? Home or away? And
we're playing away against how do you pronounce it?
I say ammonia.
Yeah, I was hoping you two would try and pronounce it first. So we have that on Thursday. I think it's a 5:45 kickoff, is it? 5:45 kickoff, and then we have
5:45. Yeah, 5:45. Yeah,
5:45, and then we have Everton on Sunday, 7:00 kickoff,
which is a weird time, but we're gonna be.
And we're covering both games, aren't we, Mr. B?
Yeah, we're gonna
special one on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday's gonna be Sunday will be a special one.
No more boxes.
Guess what, guys? You see the three of us here? You'll be seeing the three of us on the sofa on Sunday, my sofa, and I don't know, Mr. B, do you want to sit in the middle again?
No, because no.
Milk?
Yeah, sorry, Pat, how tall are you?
6'4".
Fuck my life. I'm gonna sit close. I'm gonna
get you some extra cushions. Is there anything you guys want? Anything you guys want? Kleenex, tissues? Do you want some drink? I don't know. I'll milk for you, Mr. B.
Listen, don't wind me up, bro. Don't do it on there. I will tell you about your. I will bring in my own refreshments. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, it's great we're getting together again. So we'll make sure you tune in on Sunday, especially because we'll be all together on the sofa again and doing a live watch along. And it's better when we're all together. We can all sort of have a good feel. It's a better feeling about it, isn't it? It seems a bit sort of alien when there's someone in a block next to you. You can feel, you can touch them. in the flesh, which is great. United ever saying, put Cookie B in the high chair. Oh dear, that wasn't from me. And also, Rich Sports is saying United fullbacks are often targeted because they get no help. And that's what it was. That's what Andy was talking about the other day. And Dukes is saying, I know it hurts, but City gone clear. Everyone has to wait until Pep to step until we get a chance again. That's true. Yeah, there you go, guys. We're going to wind up now. It's been 40 minutes of order for me as the it's like House of Commons is here with you two. Just wait till Sunday. It's going to be mayhem. And thank you, Animal. You're back again. You need to get a bigger sofa. Yes, we do. We do. And you guys are all welcome as well. We had Paddy down last time. We got Pat coming over from Ireland again. So yeah, it's on again this Sunday. Make sure you tune in. Man United will be back. I know we're going to win a couple of games this week, and we can forget about this murder situation, what happened to us at the weekend. But as for us, we're going to sign out now. Last words, guys.
Be safe.
I'm glad Martial's back. Until the next one.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. And we'll see you on tomorrow, 8:30, and at 10 p.m. as well for the eye test, where we really go into detail, myself and Bath Time. And Bath Time, if you can hear me, just hold tight. I'm going to send you something in a minute. Later.